Hey guys, so today I have some very interesting information to share with you. There are some major stat changes to a lot of weapons that are currently being tested, so it's subject to change. Now, some of the changes are just fixes for weapons that didn't have their intended stats. Also, I don't take any credits for sourcing this information. A YouTuber by the name of MarbleDuck originally made a video of these changes. Also, because there's so many stat changes, I won't bore you guys too much, so I'm only going to include the most important updates in this video. But if you want to see every stat change, you can watch MarbleDuck's video. I'll put a link in the description. Now, before I start talking about all the stats and whatnot, just to give you guys a brief overview, a lot of the changes are good, and I'm really happy DICE LA are implementing even more improvements on top of the already massive amounts of new features in CTE. But some of the changes I completely disagree with, and I'll be making sure I voice my opinion on the CTE forums. Also, in these changes, there are nerfs to the Desert Eagle, which I'm sure we all knew would happen eventually. So firstly, let's talk about the muzzle brake barrel attachment. Its horizontal recoil reduction has gone from 0.75 to 0.9. So instead of it reducing vertical recoil by 25%, it's now 10%. However, its spread increase penalty has been reduced from 1.3 times to 1.125. And its max spread has also been reduced by the same values. So in other words, the muzzle brake doesn't reduce vertical recoil as much, but its penalties for using the attachment have been reduced. Next up is the heavy barrel. Its vertical recoil increase penalty has gone from a 1.5 times multiplier to 1.33 times. So instead of it adding 50% more vertical recoil, it's now 33%, which is great. However, its accuracy bonuses have been reduced. Its ADS on the move spread reduction has been changed from 0.67 times to 0.75. But luckily, its ADS stationary spread haven't been changed. Overall, I see this as a nice buff. Now, we all know when using a suppressor, the muzzle velocity of a weapon gets heavily reduced. Well, apparently this may get some changes. There's no values yet, and I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, but if they do get changed, I wonder if the velocity penalty will either be reduced or increased. Who knows, but this will be interesting to see. Anyway, let's get into the stat changes. I'll first talk about the assault rifles. The L8 5A2 spread increase has gone from 0.104 to 0.098. Its recoil decrease has been changed from 4 to 18, and its vertical recoil has been reduced from 0.43 to 0.37. So overall, some nice changes. The AR-160 has had a ton of changes. Its spread increase has gone from 0.12 to 0.091. Its side-to-side recoil has gone from 0.2 on the left and right to 0.25. Its recoil decrease has gone from 12 to 18, and its vertical recoil has gone down from 0.5 to 0.23. So it's been reduced by 60% or so, and if you haven't noticed already, the gameplay in this video is me using the new and improved AR-160 in CTE, and I have to say it performs really good now. Hardly any recoil, very easy to control, and will be added to my top 5 assault rifles if the changes stay the same. The F2000 has also seen some recoil changes. Side-to-side recoil has been reduced from 0.4 on the left and 0.5 on the right to 0.32 on both sides. This is going to make the F2000 a little more appealing and hopefully gets used a bit more. Now, the AUG A3, which I think has needed some tweaks for a while, its side-to-side recoil has gone down from 0.35 on the left and 0.25 on the right to 0.25 on the left and 0.2 on the right. And now for the nerf to the Bulldog. Its recoil has gone down from 0.3 on both sides to 0.4 on the left and right. Now, a change I'm really not happy with, the Scar H and the Bulldog's minimum damage has been reduced by 1. So its minimum damage of 25 will now be 24, which is really fucking stupid, as the Scar H and the Bulldog will now need 5 bullets to kill after 55 meters or so. Combine this with the close range damage reduction I spoke about in my last video, this is really going to make these weapons less viable, especially with the low ammo count per magazine. The only way I see this being balanced correctly is if DICE give the Scar H and the Bulldog more ammo per magazine. So for example, from 20 rounds to say 25. I love the Scar H, it's my most favourite weapon in the game, so I'm pretty pissed off at these updates. Like I said before, these changes are still being tested, so I really hope they never make it to retail BF4. Now let's talk about the LMGs. The AWS spread increase has gone from 0.84 to 0.101, which is a nerf and a bug fix. The RPK-74 spread increase has gone from 0.70 to 0.78. Its vertical recoil has also been reduced from 0.28 to 0.22. And the M60's muzzle velocity has gone from 560 to 600. The carbines also had some changes, mainly muzzle velocity tweaks. The AKU-12 went from 450 to 500, the Type 95B from 490 to 540, the G36C from 500 to 550, the ACE-21 from 410 to 440. Also, its first shot multiplier has been increased from 2.2 from 2.0. The SG553's muzzle velocity has gone from 430 to 470. Its side-to-side recoil has gone from 0.3 on the left and 0.5 on the right to 0.25 on the left and 0.45 on the right. The A-91 from 420 to 470 muzzle velocity, and its side-to-side recoil has gone from 0.5 on the left and right to 0.35 on both sides. Also, the MTAR had some recoil changes as well. Its side-to-side recoil has gone from 0.4 on both sides to 0.45. And just like the Scar H and the Bulldog assault rifles, the ACE-52 minimum damage has been reduced from 20 to 19. Also, its side-to-side recoil has been increased from 0.25 on both sides to 0.3. Now, some PDWs had tweaks to spread increases and recoil, but the only one I think that's actually important are the changes to the MPX, which was recently introduced with the Dragon's Teeth DLC. The MPX side-to-side recoil has gone from 0.3 on both sides to 0.4, which I really don't think was needed, and I'm sure this will anger quite a lot of people. Now let's talk about the sidearms. The Desert Eagle standing still spread has changed from 0.25 to 0.35. Its muzzle velocity has been reduced from 400 to 320, and its side-to-side recoil has gone from 0.3 on both the left and right to 0.35. So overall, this isn't too bad of a nerf. Its rate of fire and high damage mole is still going to be extremely effective in close range, but the longer the distance between you and your target, you might fall into some trouble. Also, this makes the Unica 6 a bit more of a viable option. Now, for a big change to the 44 Magnum and the Rex revolvers. The trigger delay is finally being removed. This has been a much wanted change, so it's really good to see it's finally gone. However, don't get all excited yet, as this isn't confirmed. I believe the trigger delay is still currently in the latest CTE patch, but I'm sure the removal of the delays will be implemented in the next CTE patch. Anyway, I know this video was filled with lots of numbers, but I hope you guys still enjoyed watching. Make sure to let me know what you think of the minimum damage reduction. Do you think the high damage mole weapons need more rounds per magazine to make things fair? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.